I think his report really pointed out that it's the individual who loses their lives, but then it's a ripple effect throughout the whole community, the family and the whole community of just having to hear and experience and the fear.
The gun violence plaguing major metropolitan cities as well as small towns in the United States has officially been declared a national public health crisis. This according to the U.S. Surgeon General. A 40-page advisory outlined the statistics around deaths related to firearms as well as proposals for lawmakers on ways to reduce gun-related injuries and deaths. And tonight, we're getting local reaction to that announcement. What does the declaration mean for Central Ohioans and the violence that's plaguing our communities? NBC4's Sierra Johnson joins us with a closer look at that document.
That's right. A public health declaration from the U.S. Surgeon General's office is meant to draw attention to an urgent matter. In the past, it has included drunk driving or tobacco products. So what does this latest announcement mean? One local health leader tells me it reinforces a message her office has been spreading for years.
When you see individuals losing their lives early due to something that is preventable, that's a public health issue.
Columbus Public Health Commissioner Dr. Myshika Roberts says the data in deaths associated with gun violence are alarming.
And so we know that gun violence is robbing our communities of young people under the age of 40, particularly young Black men, due to this violence. That's a public health crisis.
So she says to learn that the nation's doctor, U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy, has declared gun violence a public health crisis is no surprise, but does say it's a designation long overdue.
My initial reactions were, I think my mayor had said that several years ago. So I kind of felt like the Surgeon General was late to the party. But we've been recognizing that gun violence and all violence is a public health issue for several years here in Columbus.
Dr. Roberts explains since 2017, her office has been part of the Violence Crime Review Group, which was launched as part of Mayor Andrew Ginther's comprehensive neighborhood safety strategy. That strategy added additional foot patrols in communities, as well as created more police training. And 7 years later, Dr. Roberts says this designation has substantiated the work the city has put toward the issue.
I think it validates the work we're doing, whether it's with the staff that are doing that work or with the community, that yes, public health should be at the table.
The question now, as the city of Columbus experiences a summer uptick in crime, including a recent mass shooting that injured 10 people in the short north, what does this latest designation mean for the capital city?
I think it can open the doors in the future for more funding, particularly at the federal level. But if we could get more support, whether it be from the state or from the feds on that work, that would be great. That would allow us to expand that work.
The Surgeon General's report calls on the nation to ban assault weapons in large capacity magazines for everyday people. The 40-page report also calls for more regulation in the industry and universal background checks. And while the Surgeon General introduced his call to action, Dr. Roberts and her team say they will also review the recommendations to see how they can add to the work her office already has in place.
I think we will go through it with a fine-tooth comb and just see if there's some programmatic things that we can do to enhance what we're already doing.
And there has been pushback to the Surgeon General's report on gun violence as a public health crisis. On the platform X, formerly Twitter, the NRA criticized the report, calling it, quote, an extension of the Biden administration's war on law-abiding gun owners. Local for you in Columbus, Sierra Johnson.